KY3's Ozarks Today continues on the Ozarks CW with Maria Niter, Paul Adler, and Storm Team meteorologist Brandon Beck, the Ozarks #1 newscast.
Good morning on this Monday, February 4th. I'm Maria Niter.
And I'm Paul Adler.
An increased police presence at Bolivar schools this morning after someone fired several rounds at the high school.
Now, no one was in the building at the time, but school officials are being very cautious this morning. KY3's Justin Hodges joins us live from Bolivar High School with the latest on how things are going this morning. And about a half hour ago, we saw some police activity there.
That's right, Paul. Most of that activity has died down. As you saw about a half an hour ago, there were several police cars that were going through a gray or possibly silver Dodge truck that you can see in the parking lot right up there. They have since moved the truck. I can tell you that the police did remove a couple of bags of evidence from that truck as they were going through it. Now, what happened here is someone shot out the front windows of Bolivar High School yesterday morning. Now, those bullets also happened to go through and hit the school's trophy case. Bolivar Superintendent Dr. Steve Morgan sent out a statement to parents alerting them of what had happened. In it, it says that parents should expect a normal start to the day, but that there will be extra security in all of the buildings. Now, there is still a little bit of that police presence here as the high school is getting ready to start here just after 8 o'clock this morning. Bolivar Police and Highway Patrolmen will be at all Bolivar schools this morning when the students arrive. At this time, police are investigating it as an act of vandalism, but some parents I spoke with say they hope the school can go about business as usual so this incident doesn't distract their children from learning.
The only thing it does, the negative side of it is makes people fearful. And, we don't live in fear. We have complete trust in God that our kids are going to be safe and trust that the school is going to be able to take care of them.
Now, I can't tell you yet whether or not police have arrested anyone. However, I did contact the police department, and they did tell me that they are going to make another statement at 8 o'clock this morning, so we will bring you more information as it becomes available. Paul?
Okay, Justin, maybe not an official arrest, but did you see police leading anyone away from that truck who appeared to be in some type of custody?
No, Paul. We didn't actually see them put anyone in the back of a police car or anything like that. We did just see several, and I mean at least a half a dozen police officers going through the cabin of that silver pickup, and they did, as I mentioned, collect at least a couple bags of evidence that they took away.
All right. Justin Hodges live, and we're looking for an update in about, 27, 28 minutes from now. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you.
Warmer to start the week and some rain out there.
Brandon has details on today's forecast.
Yeah, mostly in Arkansas, but there is some rain out there, and we've even had some coming across parts of Springfield this morning. Here's a sweep of the radar right now, and you'll notice, by far, a large amount of color down in Arkansas. That's where the steady rain is anyway, and there have been a few lighter showers, kind of hit and miss, really, across southern Missouri. We'll zoom into Springfield right quick, just because we have some rain in the city. Moving off on the central and eastern side now, there have been a couple reports of sleet out of this, but it's going to be very short-lived. Nothing behind it, and that should be it for the day, really. Now, as far as the loop goes, or the movement on it, it's straight east. The temps are in the mid-40s to around 50 degrees already. And our high temps this afternoon, we're actually going to be in the middle to upper 50s. Good chunk of warm air in here, and it may stay for a while. Details of that 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Brandon. A new Victory Mission program will get underway next week. It will help serve the growing Hispanic population. Leaders say it's time to bring resources and help to a community that's been underserved. Victory Mission will be partnering with a Hispanic church. Spanish speakers will be at the food pantry to help people fill out paperwork, get registered for services. Church leaders say there's a huge need in this community.
Many of these people are malnourished, living in places with no electricity, even in the winter, no heat, little food. And this is exciting to bring hope to people right here in our midst.
That partnership will take place on Wednesday afternoons. If there's a big turnout, Victory Mission might look for more volunteers and expand the hours.
The rebuilding process is moving forward for Joplin's new high school. The blueprints for the building and the Franklin Technology Center are done. That means the project is expected to be put up for bid soon. The plans include a larger gym, a performance hall, and more overall space for students. Safe rooms will also be built. The district is responsible for 25% of the funding, with FEMA covering the rest. The high school, as you know, was destroyed in the EF5 tornado in May 2011.
Meantime, Ozarks Technical Community College will hold a grand opening for its Allied Health Clinical Center tomorrow morning. The 2,000-square-foot center is designed as a simulated hospital environment. It will allow OTC to educate more than 6,000 students across 12 programs. The event will include simulation demonstrations every half hour starting at 10:30.
Doctors and other medical professionals would make more money under Governor Jay Nixon's expanded Medicaid plan. It would use nearly $910 million federal dollars to add more than 260,000 adults to Medicaid rolls. $82 million of that money would be used to increase reimbursement rates for medical providers. The state would also be paying rates similar to private insurers.
Police are looking into why a suspect shot and killed 2 people at a Texas firing range. One of them, a highly decorated veteran Navy SEAL. Retired SEAL Chris Kyle carried the title of deadliest sniper in U.S. military history. Kyle, along with 35-year-old Chad Littlefield, were both gunned down Saturday at a North Texas shooting range. 25-year-old Eddie Ruth was arrested after the murders.
It's my understanding that the suspect may have been suffering from some type of mental illness from being in the military himself. I understand he was a Marine for 4 years.
Police say they found the handgun used in the slayings inside Ruth's home. He's being held on a $3 million bond. The Baltimore Ravens can call themselves world champions after edging out the 49ers in Super Bowl 47.
But the victory wasn't without a few hiccups, that's for sure. The second half began with an electric kickoff return by the Ravens' Jacoby Jones before a power outage caused a 34-minute delay. And once play resumed, the 49ers came to play, clawing back from a 22-point deficit. But in the end, Big Brother John Harbaugh and the Ravens, they were the last ones standing.
It's a great joy, but it was also the most difficult thing in the world to understand that he's over there. I just think Jim's a great competitor. And I mean, I don't just love him, obviously. Like, I think anybody out there who has a brother can understand.
Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco took home the MVP trophy after throwing for 287 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Now check on early morning traffic. Our very own MVP, Jason Rimo, with the KTTS Go Patrol.
Thank you very much, Paul. We're looking good for traffic right now. Watch out for road work again today. Slowdowns at West Bypass and I-44 here in Springfield. I'm Jason Rima in the KTTS Go Patrol for Ozarks Today.
Thank you, Jason. Tax season help. Next is eligible for free filing advice on how to get it.
Plus, clearing clutter, simple and inexpensive ways to organize your home.
Time now coming up on 7:38, 49 degrees in Lebanon. Brandon's got the forecast next, and when we have a couple more chances for rain.
What was your favorite commercial during the Super Bowl, and which one did you really just despise? Tina says, God Made a Farmer was her fave. All-time worst goes to GoDaddy.
Here's a look at the Animal Planet's 9th annual Puppy Bowl with the most lovable lineup on TV. It's billed as the roughest game on 4 legs. The puppies basically play with chew toys until one happens to cross into the end zone. An MVP, or Most Valuable Puppy, is even chosen. This year, that award went to Martha, a Schnauzer Beagle mix. Sometimes they get a little rough, too, right?
Looks like unnecessary roughness in a couple of spots there. There's the flag.
There you go.
Oh, my.
Cute.
Number of thoughts crossed my mind about that, but I probably should just keep them to myself.
Talk about the rain.
There's a little bit out there. I want to show you the cameras, first of all, because we had some rain in parts of the city, but not other parts. This is here at the tower, on our tower, on West Sunshine. And let's check out the back door. There hasn't been any rain here. But it has rained in at least portions of Springfield. Let's take a look at what it looks like over at Republic Ford. This is actually looking back toward the city, so this is Republic. And you can see there's a kind of a darker spot there on the right side, and otherwise some clouds that look like they could unload at any point. Here's Reliable Toyota. Again, sort of the same thing. And looking back to the west and south there, across 65 and Sunshine, you can actually see the road is wet. So it has rained there. And then back over here toward Chateau on the Lake, down in Branson, you can see there's a shower down south of the lake there. And that's actually where most of the rain has been this morning. And here's what it looks like from radar's perspective here in Springfield. And there's that little line. There have been 1 or 2 lightning strikes out of this morning. That's a very random and very short-lived phenomenon, though. You can see Springfield now, most of the city, we're done. Rain has moved east from just southeast of Stratford back through Turners, and it has gone through Fremont Hills. Ozarks probably gotten some rain as well. And within this, boy, there's just enough instability that on occasion you get a lightning strike, and there has been, now people are looking at this as hail. Okay, let me be a weather geek here and tell you it's not hail, it's more like sleet or graupel. But that being the case, it's formed a little differently. It's still ice, going to be a short-lived thing, and moving on to the east. Now, back to the east, speaking of which, again, some very broken areas of showers and rain, nothing real steady. And then down to the south, just south of Ava, and then that runs back east through White Church, looks like probably Pomona, and so on in Howell County. But there in Arkansas is where it gets a little more widespread. Not necessarily heavy, mind you, but still, it's raining just north of Harrison, and this has been pretty stationary the last 2-3 hours now. And the heaviest rain runs in a line from roughly Piatt to Bergman, eastward through about Monkey Run, Mountain Home, and then into western Fulton County. Back to the west just a little bit. You can see the rain showers extend all the way back through Eureka Springs. In fact, a little heavier band just southwest of Eureka, and then it continues back over and goes across the Missouri line. All this is moving almost straight east, really. Not much of a southward push to it yet, but there will be later on. Here's a 3-hour loop. You can see for yourself. It just kind of develops in the same areas. The back edge is essentially along I-44, and back behind that, drying air. We still have some lift, but it's really just a matter of timing here, and I think we'll eventually get into some sunshine. We're at 46. Light rain at the top of the hour anyway. It's not raining anymore out the airport. Dew point's 29. It's a very dry air. South wind at 15. And that's part of the reason we are so warm this morning. 42 in Mountain Grove. That's the cold spot right now. Lake of the Ozarks, 52. 49 in Monette, 50 in Joplin, and 46 in Rogers. Watch this real carefully. Lots of clouds. See this? Clearing line coming in from the northwest. That's going to get into here sometime late this morning across our northwestern county, central Missouri. You see the lift overspread in the area, generating the rain. That's going to push east, I think, by lunchtime, and the sun reappears from north to south. There is a cold front with this, but it is not Arctic. High pressure sags in from the north. Now, it's 33 below in International Falls this morning, but we're not going to get any of that. It's going to run through the lakes. Even the next cold front kind of gives us a glancing blow. No worries this week. 56 to 58. Actually, more sun this afternoon. The rain threat primarily this morning, and you saw for yourself. It's heavier to the south. 30 to 33 for the low temps tomorrow morning, and you'll never know there was a front that came through other than the change in the wind direction. Our highs will remain in the mid to upper 50s through much of this week. Another shot at rain by Thursday. Friday, right now, looks like the coldest day, and even that's not bad. Keep in mind that average right now is 45. Could do 60 either Wednesday or Saturday, and a little better chance of rain coming up for Sunday.
Okay.
At least the rain chances are in there.
Yes, we appreciate that.
7:44 now. The time is now for a new tech toy.
Next, when Sony is expected to announce the release of its newest PlayStation gaming console.
Welcome back at 7:46. It is 46 degrees in Conway, 47 in Long Lane, and 48 in Phillipsburg. Brandon will be in just a moment, and he'll tell us when we'll be topping out near 60 again. In business and consumer news, some timely tax help. Tax time is coming, and you may be able to get some free help. Qualified taxpayers who make $51,000 or less can usually get help from the IRS's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, and those who are 60 or older can head to something called the Tax Counseling for the Elderly program. You can log on to irs.gov, search VITA for more information. All these programs come at no cost.
For some, part of that New Year's resolution may be getting the taxes done before the last minute.
Others pledge to get organized. In today's Angie's List report, what you should know about straightening up at your home.
In Tamitsa Skaggs' kitchen, you can find just about anything you need to fix a meal, but getting to the appliances or the ingredients is another story.
The corner behind the refrigerator, and every time I needed to use it, I had to go dig somewhere or I couldn't find it.
Experts say she's not alone.
I think all of us can admit that they have some area of their house that's a little more cluttered than it should be. But the key here is finding out whether you can fix it yourself, whether you need to hire someone.
Professional organizers tell us the most disorganized areas of the home are bedrooms, closets, and garages. Paper is the biggest contributor to the clutter. So throw away junk mail as soon as it comes in and establish one place to store important documents. If you need hired help, ask around for references.
The goal is not to just have someone come in and throw out your stuff without you even having any input. This is really them helping you get your life more organized.
In many cases, organizers can use the storage areas you already have in your home.
We can organize what is in the garage with a clean out and just utilize storage that is already there. or if they would like to have the garage reorganized completely and have a new system installed, we'll help design the storage system and get it installed for them.
The help Skaggs got from a professional put her on the right track.
If you can save some steps, I mean, those steps add up to minutes, which add up to hours, which add up to more time you can spend with your family.
If you can't decide what to keep in your closet, face all the hangers in the same direction. Once you wear an item, return it to the closet. Turn the hanger in the opposite direction. At the end of the season, you're told to get rid of any clothing where the hanger is still facing the original way.
It's the announcement that gamers everywhere have been craving. Sony appears poised to unveil its newest PlayStation console, but fans will have to wait until February 20th to find out for sure. So far, analysts say all signs point to a PlayStation 4. It's also said to be a calculated move to preempt Microsoft's new Xbox console, which is expected to debut in June. Time now 7:49, 48 degrees in Miller right now. Brandon's got the Monday travel forecast next and how high temperatures will climb today.
And if you've never seen the opera, we'll tell you about a special event this weekend you might want to check out.
And now, your KY3 Storm Team forecast.
We got some flight delays to talk about this morning, mostly in Chicago. That's where the longest ones are. I've heard an hour and a half is the average for inbound flights because of snow. Also some delays in San Francisco, and there have been some up in New York as well. So watch out for that if you got flights to any of those places, particularly Chicago. You see the snow there, but that is going to move on. I really don't expect that's going to be an all-day thing. Rain in Arkansas down to Dallas, up into in some portions of southern Missouri, but that will likely be moving out as well, followed by some sunshine. Coldest air up across the lakes in New England will be in the 50s here despite the clouds. A very warm start, too. Dallas close to 70 and even warmer in southern Texas. Coldest air around the region today will be up toward Kansas City. Highs there near 40, near 50 in St. Louis, and near 60 for Tulsa and Little Rock.
Treat your Valentine to an evening of dinner, dancing, and music. This Saturday, you can dance the night away at the Hickory Hills Country Club. Evan Bennett is here to talk about Jazz Aria with featured vocalist Stephanie Zulawaga and Les Brown Jr. and his dazzling quintet. And we also have Ryan Hunt, and you'll be doing the keyboard for us this morning. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
Yes, good to see you, too. Tell me about this event. Well, sounds interesting.
It is very interesting. This is Jazz Aria. It's one of our most popular events, and we've discovered over the years that people are a little afraid of opera, but we know they're not afraid of jazz. So we decided to blend the two, and it's a wonderful evening, and it starts at 6:30 next Saturday. And we'll have the wonderful jazz quintet. We'll have Stephanie singing both opera and jazz standards for us. And there will be a wealth of silent auction items. And this is a fundraiser and benefits the opera.
Okay. So this took a lot of planning to put together as well, I imagine.
It does. It's as soon as we get done this year, we'll start with next year. So it keeps on going.
Yeah, and it's nice that this is something you can do with your date early ahead of the whole Valentine's Day rush.
That's exactly it. It's the weekend before. So before you have to make all of those reservations and go out to dinner on Valentine's Day, we offer you something a little special in a very intimate setting and with great music and lots of fun people.
Do something different for your Valentine this year. Okay, so here's a look at the event information. This Saturday, Jazz Aria from 6:30 to 9 at the Hickory Hills Country Club. Tickets $100. Again, this does go to the Springfield Opera.
Exactly.
And there's the number to call for more information. So set the scene for us here then.
Well, she will be singing Hurame, and that is by Maria Griever. And I think the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. So.
7.
Cuando estoy cerca de ti estás contento, no quisiera que de nadie te acordaras. Tengo celos de estar el pensamiento que puede recordarte otra mujer amada. Júrame que pase mucho tiempo, te olvidarás del momento en que yo te conocí.
This is an Ozarks Today update.
Good morning. It's 7:57. I'm Paul Adler.
And I'm Maria Nider. Breaking news. Police at Bolivar High School are taking action to track down a gunman. This morning, students arrived to find officers on campus, and we just learned a 17-year-old has been arrested. A truck was searched and a number of items removed from it by police this morning. We're not sure if the arrests in that truck are related. We're moments away from getting an update from investigators. Security was increased after Sunday's shooting, shattered windows and damaged trophy cases. Detectives right now are calling it an act of vandalism.
The rebuilding process for the new Joplin High School is taking a major step forward. The release of the blueprints for the school as well as the Franklin Technology Center means the project is expected to be put up for bid soon. The plans include a larger gym, a performance hall, and more overall space for students. Construction of safe rooms are also planned. The district is responsible for 25% of the funding, with FEMA covering the rest. The high school was destroyed, as you might recall, in the EF5 tornado in May of 2011.
OTC will hold a grand opening for its new health center tomorrow morning. The 2,000-square-foot facility is designed to simulate a hospital environment. It will allow OTC to educate more than 6,000 students across a dozen programs. The event will include demonstrations every half hour beginning tomorrow at 10:30.
Now check on early morning traffic. Here's Jason Rima and the KTTS Go Patrol.
And looking good. We've got a green light on for traffic. Watch out for road work in the Sparta area today. Some slowdowns on Highway 125. I'm Jason Rima in the KTTS Go Patrol for Ozarks today.
Thank you, Jason. Your furnace getting a break this week.
All right, here's Brandon with the forecast.
Yeah, I'm still going to work, but I'm not going to have to work as hard because it's warm out there. Here's a view from sunshine of 65. A lot of clouds. Look like it could just rain about any time, and we've had a few showers around. Most of them, though, to the south. Here's a look at the radar loop over 3 hours. You see generally light showers really just past Springfield for the most part. We had a little rain in the city. Most of it, though, as far as anything steady and slightly heavier, is down in Arkansas. It's a 3-hour loop. I don't anticipate this being an all-day thing. In fact, I think the rain for the most part will be out of the region by shortly after lunchtime today with sun coming back in from the north. 52 at Lake of the Ozarks. Everybody at least in the 40s this morning. We're 46 in Springfield. We'll have high temps in the mid to upper 50s today. Cold front comes through. Wind makes a change. Not that cold, though. 30 to 33 tonight. We stay in the 50s much of the week.